What's up guys, Anfield here. Welcome back to another replay review. So I was scrolling through my replays and I decided that I would look for a WZ one, and there was quite a few, so I picked this one from Liquefy. He's got his 5A here on, I believe it's Live Oaks, and this is not a map that I enjoy very much. Okay, Chinese female crew. This is going to be interesting to listen to. I've not actually heard one before, I don't think. Or maybe I have. Maybe I have one. Oh, I don't remember. Anyway. Live Oaks is not a map that I particularly enjoy, but I say that about a lot of maps, so, you know. I don't like the fact that the flanks are too far separated. There's no interconnectivity between the two flanks. There's a massive swamp in the middle that you can't use as a flank, and it just funnels you into two lanes, which I find very boring. But anyways, the matchmaker here is actually pretty good for him. There's no artillery, and there's no, like, crazy TDs with, like, massive-ass guns or, like, you know, Swedish TDs on the enemy team that could just sit in perma camo. The bat shot on the enemy team is doing like a crazy aggro. In fact, he's suiciding? Huh. Oh, yo, he got a 50B killed. Guess he has some supporting fire. Wow, that is aggro. This flank is better though because, you know, it allows you to actually defend the base and come back quite easily. On the flip side of that, it also allows actual, you know, progressiveness if you're in the right kind of tank, and he is in the right kind of tank because he has gun depression. It's just weird to save a Chinese tank to have gun depression these days, but yeah, that was also a nice blind shot on the bat shot. Is he gonna get that? Nope. Yeah, not the best sniping gun in the world, but it was worth the effort, you know, no reason not to. So he does have a lot of heat rounds loaded, but I imagine that's probably because he's working on marks anyway, but even if he wasn't, whatever. You guys seemed really upset, or at least some of you seemed upset that the 260 replay had a lot of heat. Don't really understand it, because if someone wants to spend that amount of credits, it is what it is, you know. I mean, you kind of need it with the kind of like tanks that Wargame we've been introducing. Yo, let's introduce tanks with no frontal weak points. For AP, that is, you know, it's a good balance decision. That's a really nice snipe. But if you don't like it, you don't like it, I guess. But yeah, definitely complain more to Wargaming about their poor balance decisions. Anyway, that's actually quite unfortunate. E5 hatch is so like RNG dependent random, I don't know. So he's gonna clear this bat shot up. Yeah, nice and easy. So his Panzer 7 is like, yo, I'm a train, and is like coming across the rails on the bridge there, which is actually a really good distraction. So now that he has this point, this E5 is actually gonna really struggle because he has tons of gun depression, and this E5 is now like the turret armor and such on the E5 is kind of useless at this close range because he's not going to miss, or he's going to struggle to miss with this kind of close range, even with the inaccuracy of this gun. So poor E5 is just like, yeah, between a rock and a hard place now because he's being flanked from the side. Yeah, poor guy. He tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, didn't even matter. Rip Chester. Ooh, he's gonna have to do something about a base soon, so just have to keep an eye on that because he only has a few tanks left, and this M48 is just like stuck loading in dial-up or something. He's just like, yo, farm me, and Liquefy's like, yo, okay, bro, I'll farm you. I'm not really sure why he just sort of stood there. Weird decision making. So at this point he has to decide whether he wants to go back to the base or continue pushing the enemy base. If he's going to push the enemy base, he has to make it really far up towards like the D line, or he just has to return to the base and cover from the rails. Looks like he is going to keep going this way. They do have the momentum with this force, but they do have medium, so they have to be careful. They're unlikely to probably try and cap, I imagine. It's gonna be a little sketch. At least he does have a bat shot in the base. Assuming that bat shot's not AFK, I actually haven't looked at the bat shot. Is he 100s complaining about tier 10 lemming trains? You really need to get good, motherfuckers, really. I'm pretty sure it was a relatively even split, but yeah, I'm not really sure why he's complaining when his team had so many more like tanks built for this flank. You know, of course, they're not going to go city against, like, 3 100s and a mouse and an IS-4 and an IS-7. Like, the enemy team was built to go city, and his team was built to go field, so I'm not sure why he's upset. And even if he felt, like, initially that there wasn't enough on that flank, why would you keep pushing that flank, you know? If it's a lemming train, it's a lemming train, you know? Push with the lemming train. There's nothing wrong with a lemming train that pushes, which is exactly what his teammates did, so yeah, not really sure what this E100 is so upset about. I'm sure if I looked up his service record, he would be an incredible player. See if he can get the C100 here. He has to get the cheek. Nope. Missed the cheek and hit the side turret. Unfortunate there. He's going to have to be careful. His mouse is paying attention to him. See if he can get the... Ooh. Unlucky, actually. So this point is quite dangerous because the enemy team has quite a lot of hit points and a lot of armor. So they could actually barrel roll over into him. The advantage of the medium's more accurate guns and speedy relocation is kind of moot at this area. So his mediums are going to really struggle, like the 140, for example. So he's going to have to be careful. At least he can get the M48. Oh, so many of their tanks are so healthy. Their team must have done absolutely nothing in the base. Interesting. It's like they did almost no damage at all, even though they did have quite a few super heavies there. Weird. But it was able to get some damage on the pattern, and the pattern wasn't able to do any damage in return because he was just snapping as much as possible. Able to get a lower front plate on the mouse. In fact, he could probably punish this mouse more. The mouse is really far out of position. I think he could do a lot of damage here to this mouse. Yeah, the mouse is really struggling. He can't cover his lower front plate anywhere. He can't cover his turret. Oh, the liquefy is coming quite far over to do this last shot. Oh, careful. Oh, so close. So close. Ooh, IS-7 behind him. He needs to get rid of this mouse quickly. Okay, the mouse is dead. Shoot the pattern, yeah, get rid of a gun. Unfortunately, the pattern's not going to die unless... Oh, the 140 gets a clutch shot. Probably the last thing he'll do. Yeah, the IS-7 picks him up. Now he's going to have to do as much damage as... Ooh, a fire. Very nice. Oh, IS-7. I actually thought he had rations, but that's a manual extinguisher. You guys, come on. Ooh, that was painful. Very, very painful. Double alpha hit from the U100 and the 268. Yeah, guys, please use automatic fire extinguishers. Please, please use automatic fire extinguishers. No reason to use a manual extinguisher. Please stop. It hurts my soul. Unless you're facing me, in which case, if you're on the enemy team to me, yeah, then go right ahead. Ooh, okay. I wasn't sure because that was heat into the tracks, which is spaced armor, but he did get away with it. Very nicely done there at the end. Can he get the 268? Ooh, maybe a little bit of fortune again from the 268, but was able to get the hatch there. Now, is he going to pick up the C100 or go back to base? He's going to go back to base. Okay, so he has to be careful of the other E100. We're not sure where he is. He was last lit in that area, but he could be anywhere. The IS-4 we know for a fact is on the cap. So, based on the previous known location of the other E100, not the one that G1, it's best to just sort of surf the ridge, I think, at this point and just pick off the IS-4. Not go too ham against IS-4. IS-4 desperately trying to cap. It looks like he's got a wreck in front of him. Maybe it's a bat shot. In fact, it's probably going to be that bat shot that was like AFK, if I had to guess. I think he may well have been AFK. But he's done 9,000 damage, which is a really, really nice game so far. Also has quite a lot of assisted damage. By the way, if you can hear my blinds flapping, I forgot to shut the window and it's now decided it's going to be ultra windy. But anyways, let's see if he can get this last shot. Oh! Snaps for days was not coming off. Oh dear. Well, C100, oh, I was going to say, he's making no attempt to angle himself. Still not angled enough. But, see if he can bounce. Very nicely done against the heat round of the U100. And he should be able to get that. And that's 10,358 damage. A really, really nice game. He's got 7 kills as well. And the IS-4 goes down. And that about wraps up the game in this WZ. So a really, really nice game. Actually, I looked at the after battle stats and he only lost like 7,000 credits. So, it wasn't actually that expensive considering he had rations running as well, and obviously he used his heat rounds up, so a very cost-effective game actually, and he played very, very well. He went to the right flanks, he pushed appropriately, so really nice game from Liquefy. Thanks for sending it in. My voice is starting to slowly die as I non-stop talk through these replays. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to keep sending in replays. I may not get to them. It's kind of RNG. You know, there's more RNG in me selecting replays than the actual game, believe it or not. Yeah, so anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you next time.